Welcome to Know Your Neighbourhood with Talking Place, and today we're at
Cody Dock.
It is quite literally the coolest, most interesting, most diverse, important place that you can think of. And it's just being revealed for the first time in a generation.
What is it about Cody Dock that makes people feel like they belong here?
I think everyone has a stake in it. It's collective ownership. That's something that's really important to us.
For this experiment of growing London East, we felt it was really important to shine a light on the amazing hidden heritage, both ecological and social and industrial, but most importantly, give people an ownership stake where they actually feel like they built the place. I think a good example of what it means to have an ownership stake in this place, you just have to look at our rolling bridge, which is this huge 12-ton Corten steel structure, but it actually has 400 names written on it, from the van drivers to the bricklayers to the scaffolders to the hundreds of volunteers that actually helped with the project. They see their work and their involvement carved into the steel of the bridge.
Every person is like a piece to that building. It's not just the people who designed it. It's like every single person has made that happen.
So it's all touching upon all the good themes of like pride in place and building connection and taking ownership. When you've made something physically with your own hands, you naturally have a more emotional connection and a lasting legacy. Hello, welcome to Talking Place, the podcast bringing placemakers and storytellers together to talk about place. I'm your host, Tanisha Raffiuddin. I am the founder of Concept Culture, a creative agency in London, passionate about creating purposeful brands and telling powerful stories. London is a city of villages, from markets and high streets to parks, waterways, and public squares. Every neighborhood has its own rhythm, its own character, and its own story. But what makes people feel they belong in a place? As part of London Festival of Architecture 2026, we're exploring 5 very different London neighborhoods through the lens of this year's festival theme of belonging. Meeting the people who know them best, we'll discover the spaces, communities, rituals, and everyday moments that make each one unique. I had the great honor of being on the curation panel of this year's festival, so this series is particularly special for me. All right, let's talk place. Simon, Bella, welcome to the Talking Place podcast.
Thank you.
How would you describe Cody Dock to someone who has never been here before?
How would I describe it? I think it's quite difficult because it's so many things and it's so many things to so many people as well. I'd say, we look after the river. I think we're definitely like guardians of the river, and we're a community space made by people for people and connecting people to heritage and the rich history of this place. Yeah.
I think most people who come to Cody Dock for the first time are somewhat surprised. It's certainly not what they expect. There are lots of layers, as Bella said, to the place, and whether some people refer to it as an oasis. Some people come for miles, for far and wide, to see our rolling bridge, which is the first of its kind
Wow.
in the world. And I think people, when they dig a little bit deeper, surprised by the size and the expanse of London's second river, which many of them have not encountered before. The Lea is vast, and it's just running outside the dock and beside our gates. They may encounter a kingfisher. If they're really lucky, they might encounter a seal, but they will almost certainly encounter the sound of industry and birdsong at the same time. It's a very inviting and safe space, and it becomes evident when you're here for any time that most things that are here have been built by people who are not necessarily skilled at doing that work. But I hope people will agree that the quality of what's here is amazing.
Yeah. So people listen to this podcast from around the world. So zoom in, tell us, where are we right now?
We are situated in East London. For those people who are familiar with EastEnders theme tune, um, it actually focuses on the dock and spirals out. So we are located, if you go onto Google Maps and you look at East London, if you look for the O2 Arena,
Oh,
which is a huge white disc of a building on the south side of the Thames, if you go directly up from there, you will encounter the River Lea.
Right.
And a minute up the River Lea, you'll find a bottle-shaped dock, and that's where we are, Cody Dock. We also are situated on the Greenwich Meridian Line, so we are on zero. So if you follow zero from Greenwich,
Yeah.
you'll also find us.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. Thank you for sharing that. So you are featured neighborhood at the London Festival of Architecture, and this year's theme is belonging. So tell us, what is it about Cody Dock that makes people feel like they belong here? Give us a sense of what it feels like to belong here.
I think from, I guess, everyone has a stake in it. It's collective ownership. That's something that's really important to us. And promoting that and making sure every space is like, feels like it's part of like, it's something for them, you know? Yeah, I think that's really important to us.
Yeah, I think, we're in a borough that is very transient, average stay as little as 4 years.
Yeah.
We're in an area that over a 10-year period has 55,000 new homes being built. And one of our concerns was if people don't have a sense of ownership and belonging, they might not stay very long. And so for this experiment of growing London East, we felt it was really important to shine a light on the amazing hidden heritage, both ecological and social and industrial. But most importantly, give people an ownership stake where they actually feel like they built the place. And so really a lot of our focus is on doing that.
Yeah.
And we have about 4,000 volunteers a year who come through and help build what Cody Dock is today.
Incredible, incredible. So give us a sense of what's being built right now and what's it going to look like in a couple of years' time when, let's say, not say it's finished because obviously these places are continuing to evolve, but what's the place going to look like at its peak?
Well, at its centre, there will be, in a matter of weeks, a small but perfectly formed heritage centre which will help people navigate the area's history. This is being launched for the London Festival of Architecture. Its roof is actually made from the last ship to be made in East London, in the last great dry dock, the mighty Thames Iron Works. Heritage space, but beside the heritage space, we have a large arts and cultural space. We're sitting in it now. And this venue is used on any given day. You may be able to come and see an exhibition. You might be able to come to a kids' yoga class. We have beer and bats sessions where people come and have a drink and learn about the ecology of the area and get to play with bat detectors. But we also put on live music, live performance, film nights. Wrapped around our buildings, we have the privilege of looking after quite a lot of public space. So we have gardens that overlook the river. We have a fabulous cafe and eatery with an open plan, open-sided building that looks over the river. We're connected to the Thames and up to Stratford by the Lee River Park. So one can use this as a staging point. And what we hope as years go by is that Cody Dock will be that sort of centre and focus for community for all the emerging developments that are happening.
Yeah. So this area is changing. It is regenerating at pace. What do you hope will stay the same despite everything around us changing?
I guess the connection that people have to that area, or I guess maybe we don't want that to stay the same. We want that to be stronger, you know. Um, yeah, I think that's a really important thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think the River Lea, London's second river, is very much a story in the last 50 years of being somewhere that has been forgotten. And I would echo what Bella says, we don't want it to remain forgotten. But in the process of the regeneration, it would be, we will have done our job well if people rediscover the heritage and have a greater sense of identity and what it means to live in this part of London. It is quite literally the coolest, most interesting, most diverse, important place that you can think of. And it's just being revealed for the first time in a generation. This area had no museums. It had the lowest participation rates in arts and culture. And its river and its ecology was sealed off and forgotten. We're now at a point where Stratford now has the new V&A East, and we have Sadler's Wells, and we have the ballet just based downriver from us at City Island. We have 5 kilometres of linear park, blue and green space that are opening for the first time. What's essential is the ecology that has been thriving in our absence stays. So maybe that's the thing, that not the same, we want it to improve.
But
Yes.
protected,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah. And you both talked about connection. So why do people feel connected to this space? Or what is it about this space that you're creating that will enable that connection or the deeper connection with this place?
Not to repeat what we've already kind of said, but it is everyone having a stake in it, you know, and that being a strong stake, you know, and then creating this web of like people and community and bringing them here.
Yeah.
I think, a good example of what it means to have an ownership stake in this place, you just have to look at our rolling bridge, which is this huge 12-ton Corten steel structure, which involved amazing engineers and architects and fabricators, but it actually has 400 names written on it. And those 400 names are everybody from the van drivers to the bricklayers to the scaffolders to the hundreds of volunteers that actually helped with the project. And they see their work and their involvement up there on a pedestal carved into the steel of the bridge. And what we hope is that by doing that, we can also show people that they can actually play a more active role in their community. It's amazing what you can do, but sometimes you just have to be shown that it's possible.
Yes.
Yeah. And that every person is like a piece to that building. It's not just kind of the people who designed it. It's like every single person has made that happen. So yeah, we really want to recognize that.
Yeah. So it's all touching upon all the good themes of like pride in place and building connection and taking ownership. And as you said, like when you've made something physically with your own hands, you naturally have a more emotional connection and a lasting legacy. So when we were on our tour, you talked about your 9,000 what 999 year
years.
lease. So
Yeah.
tell us, what's the 1,000-year legacy? What does the 1,000-year legacy look like?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think the first thing to say is that a lot of the things that we're trying to do are really big and often very much beyond our reach, and involve large numbers of stakeholders who might have competing agendas. And what we found is that when you look 500 years, and in our case 1,000 years in the future, and you start the conversation with what would you like to see, then we can all agree we all want the same thing. Doesn't matter who you are, we all want the same thing. It only starts to get tricky when you're talking about 5 years time or 2 years time, and then we all have these different agendas. So all of our work very much focuses on the long-term vision first, and then once people have bought into that, we don't have to have all the answers, but we can work it out together. And yeah, what I'd personally like to see for the Lee is an example of how really high levels of urban, high density housing can coexist with ecology. And we need an improved relationship with our ecology if we're going to overcome the really big issues. And unless people have that connection to ecology firsthand, it's very hard to get them to address those bigger issues. And so for us, a lot of the work is as a guardian for the ecology that we've got, but give people opportunities within an urban context for a brighter future. We kind of all want that
Yes.
on the
Yeah.
1,000-year.
Yeah. You can't ever force someone to feel a certain way. You have to kind of present it to them and be like, look how beautiful this space is, and then they feel empowered to protect it as well.
Yeah. And again, we talk about connection, but this time we're talking about connection with our ecology and our nature. And who knows what this place will be like in 1,000 years' time. But the decisions we're making today will have an impact on
Absolutely.
that time, because what you're creating here is a celebration of what happened 1,000 years ago.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
not 1,000, but a couple of
Yeah,
100 years ago.
absolutely.
You know?
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And, we have the last surviving piece of reed bed that the whole of Newham was like as little as 200 years ago is on our doorstep outside.
Yep.
It's now protected. It's now recognized. We're now going to put more of it back in. And what we've discovered very recently is that we have the German hairy snail living there. And that has been here since pre-Ice Age. So it has survived everything that we've thrown at it since the
Yeah.
Ice Age.
And it's
Go on,
incredible
snail.
being like,
And what we would like to see in 1,000 years is that not only is the German hairy snail still here, despite us, but perhaps oysters are back in the Lea, which they used to be a generation ago. And who knows, maybe we have otters back here.
Yeah.
All of those things are possible.
yeah.
And so, yeah, we actually asked someone, we do a lot of interviews with people, doing oral history interviews. And there was an elderly gentleman here very recently. And we said at the end of the interview, we have this 999-year lease. What would you like to see for the Lea in 1,000 years? And without blinking, he said oysters back in the Lea.
Oh,
And now that's one of our ecology team's focuses. And that's come from a resident. So, yeah, we'd like to see oysters back in the
yeah,
Lea.
oysters back. Yes, that's amazing. So let's say now the festival's going to kick off. People are going to come and visit Cody Dock. You're obviously embedded here. What would you like them to pick on or observe or particularly pay attention to when they visit Cody Dock?
I mean, I think we've been working for 2 years behind the scenes, albeit with hundreds of volunteers, on the restoration of the Frederick Kitchen, this historic lifeboat. And if nothing else, just to come and spend a little bit of time within the space, just absorbing the fantastic craftsmanship that existed
Yeah.
at that time. We've been working with a lot of specialists from the Historic Ships Society, from Greenwich Maritime. We've been working with master shipwrights, and any of them who've spent any time with this boat have remarked on quite how remarkable it is. And one of them said to me, we really don't know how much we've forgotten. The skills and the knowledge and the accumulation of knowledge over hundreds, thousands of years of shipbuilding are condensed in this tiny little boat. And much of that we're now observing from an archaeological point of view, because those skills have been lost. So if nothing else, listen to the birdsong outside, look at the view of the river, and come and enjoy this remarkable boat.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah. I said the same, it's such an amazing project. I mean, I've been here for 2 years, so I've seen the boat grow, and it's going to be amazing to see it as the roof of our heritage centre.
Yeah, incredible. And so Cody Dock is part of the wider Leamouth and Canning Town neighborhood. So let's zoom out at this neighborhood. And if there's one thing that you could change, let's say you had the power, authority, and the resource, if there was one thing you could change to better the neighborhood, what would that be?
I honestly think like having a space that is for everyone
Mm.
is is a way to do that, because I think Newham is interesting because it's also separated by so many like big roads. So you have a lot of these kind of pockets, and there's not a place for like kind of everyone to come, which I think is a way to kind of just bring everyone together. Yeah.
Yeah, I would echo that. I think at the moment, this part of East London is still quite disconnected. A lot of work was done further up the Lea as part of the Olympics. Many bridges and footpaths and cycle paths and highways and things were put in to unblock it. And that work is still ongoing to the south in Leamouth. There are many hidden gems in Leamouth. We have a bird park, East India Dock Basin. We have Ecology Park, which is straddled between the DLR and the A13. Most people would overlook these things at the moment. And when over the coming years, the final sections of footpath and the final developments happen, you're suddenly going to have car-free pedestrian access between all of these gems, linking them with us. At the moment, you have to be a bit on a mission.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's an exploration. I encourage
Yeah.
people to do it, but it's not all finished. And I think that's really fun. I mean, come now, take the pictures, because it's changing
Yeah, and then
so
come back.
quickly.
Yeah.
And that, that's one of the things that people remark on when they come here is they're like, oh my goodness, there's another 3 buildings, 26, 30 stories high. So the job isn't finished, and the connectivity is really, really key. Developers and planners and local authorities need to keep their eye on the ball when it comes to the connectivity, and not be blinded to how things are at the moment, because the potential is extraordinary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah. Again, connection.
Yeah.
And so we talked about people coming back, and we want to create places that people keep coming back to. So what do you think it will be about Cody Dock that people will keep wanting to come back?
Well, our exhibition space, for starters,
Yeah.
is deliberately being designed in such a way that it won't be a static exhibition. Every 2 months, there will be a completely new exhibition. But I think it is very much that the whole area is changing so rapidly that there's always something new. We have the Line Sculpture Trail that comes straight through the middle of our site, connecting Greenwich, the Royal Docks, and the Olympic Park. There are always new things on that to see. And yeah, changing seasons here. It's very, very, very different.
Yeah.
You still have big skies here. We're on the tidal river. So one day you may come and the tide may be 5 meters up, and then you come again and it will be vast mud flats. The ecology changes with that. It's a very dynamic space. And so there's always something new to discover.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I do think it is that discovery,
Yes.
there's so much that people find themselves here, and that ever-changing kind of landscape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can certainly speak to the joy of discovery. Like I said, I didn't wake up this morning thinking I'd be walking under the under a ship, but that's the beauty of being an urban storyteller, and being invited to these places that you are custodians and guardians of, and being part of your journey. Simon, Bella, are you ready for 60 seconds in Cody Dock?
Go on then.
All right, let's go. Best cup of coffee.
Cody Dock Cafe.
I'm like trying to think about doing it fast.
Yeah. All right, best place to eat.
Cody Dock Cafe
All right, I'm
again.
seeing a theme here.
Yeah.
Best place for a cocktail.
Oh.
I mean, you can think about the wider neighborhood as
Yeah.
well.
No, absolutely. I'm going to say City Island.
Ah, okay, cool. Best thing to eat here for under a $5.
Well,
There's the chicken croquettes that they do, which is like a creamy chicken thing.
Yeah.
And potatoes, really.
Yeah.
the quinoa bowl is
Oh
nice.
yeah, that's
Oh,
also
both
really
of those
nice.
sounds really
Very
lovely.
healthy. More of a
very
healthy
cool.
option.
Yeah. Best place to sit and read a book.
I think by the river on the benches just over there.
Yeah, very cool. Best place to sit and people watch.
Ooh, maybe benches beside the cafe.
Okay.
There's a reoccurring theme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not biased.
Yeah, not at all.
Best view in the neighborhood.
Oh, that has
Yeah.
got to be from our pergola garden,
Yeah.
and within that you have Goldfinger's
Yeah.
brutalist architecture
Yeah.
combined with Canary Wharf, but then you also can see the city in the distance, and in the foreground
Yeah.
you have the tidal river.
Yeah. Amazing. Morning or evening? When does this place feel most like itself?
5 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. Yeah.
It's the best time to be here.
Yeah.
You have it to yourself. The light is beautiful, and there's the sound of birdsong.
One word that describes this neighborhood that no estate agent would ever use.
Ooh, that's a good question. That's very hard.
That's a really, really
in one
hard
word.
Yeah, it is a one word.
word.
The one word questions are always the toughest. Yeah.
Disconnected.
Oh.
But then how would you sell the place if you called it
Well,
disconnected?
but you said one that a estate agent wouldn't
Okay, I mean, I
use.
guess, yeah. I mean, maybe that's the
Yeah.
beauty of it, that it's
Yeah.
disconnected. Okay. I get it. One person, living or dead, who has shaped this place more than anyone.
If we're talking about Cody Dock, it
Yeah.
would be Harper 12 Trees. If we're talking about Canning Town as a whole, I would say Arnold Hills.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely Honoured Hills.
Okay, cool. If this place has had a soundtrack, what would it be?
Birdsong.
Birdsong.
100%.
All right, finish this sentence. You don't really know this neighborhood until you've seen...
Cody Dock.
That's an easy one. All right, thank you very much. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for this. It's been a very special morning, and I hope that your event at the LFA brings a lot of people and brings a lot of attention to this area, and people keep coming back, as you say. You've given them a reason to, so they better come back, hey?
Fantastic. Well, look, thank you very much for coming and sharing.
Yeah, amazing. Thank you, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Feel free to join the conversation on social media with the hashtag #TalkingPlace. I would also love for you to leave our podcast a review and subscribe to all our podcasts and YouTube channels so you don't miss an episode. There's so much more to explore when it comes to creating good places, and I'm excited to do a deep dive into other topics with you in our next episode. I'm Tanisha Raffiuddin, and it's been my pleasure to be your podcast host. Thank you for listening. See you again next time, where we'll continue Talking Place. Talk soon.